Hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, I look a little more relaxed. The makeup and everything was on point like this morning, but this morning I could not get like a subject for anything in my head. And now it's just a mystery because look what I found. So this is number 4, by the way, for those of you keeping count. This is number 4. And when I found it in the park, it was like just so. It was so perfectly positioned. It was like, notice me. And I was thinking, well, is this because I stop and I talk to the crows and the crows are like, huh, we've seen you pick up a crow feather before. You seem to like his stuff. Here, have another. Or, and that would be strange because I didn't see the crow I talked to fly off ahead of me, like with something in his beak. So this had been placed prior, and it was like just so. I'm walking down into the park, and it's too perfectly placed on the grass to be anything other than an offering. And I'm like, okay. And I picked it up and I put it in my pack. And it actually took it out of the second wreath because now I got 4. I got like 2 in that wreath. I got 1 in the holder. I've shown you guys I got 1 in the front door wreath. And, you know, my logical mind likes to ruin everything. First, my logical mind's like, or like, say your critical mind. It's like, well, these can't all be crow feathers. I bet you're finding, like, some other species feathers. Well, it wouldn't really matter too much as towards meaning if they were raven. I mean, it would tweak it some, but... And then I'm thinking, well, could they be? Could they be, like, some... And I'm thinking, well, I haven't seen any mysterious jet black ducks flying around, so... you know, and I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm up to 4. And to me, it's unusual. I'm like, am I just finding them because I'm like off the medication and paying attention? I'm finally on point because I've lived in the same area all my life. And these are the first 4 crow feathers I found in my entire life. So I'm like, why am I suddenly finding crow feathers like everywhere? The first one... Remember the first one I showed you guys? And I believe that one was the gift one. And then the second one I found in the park, walking back, as I was walking back, coming out of the park, up by the fence by the ball field. You guys aren't going to know where this is, but I'll know as I'm watching. Third one I found when I was coming back from something. I was out somewhere with Loki, and it was on the street, tucked up against a building. It was like a real thin, spindly one, so I found that one. And 4th one today I found in the park just so. And I'm like, okay, usually when the gods let you keep finding something, it's either you're not getting the message, you're misinterpreting who's sending the message, or they feel you need this. Like if I had gotten it on the first feather, I would have got 1 and that would have been it. But it's taken 4 feathers to like, hey, maybe you're not getting this. Like at first I'm like, okay, it's like crow feathers, it's signifying change. And then now by 4, I'm like, okay, either this change is going to hit me like an Amtrak train and I'm not looking forward to it, or it's assurance, because black feathers can also mean that, like, some people say you're angels, but I'd say your gods are standing with you during this time of change. Or, you know, there are all sorts of beliefs attached to them. And I'm just like, I was to the point where I'm baffled. So I'm walking through the park and I'm talking to Crow, you know, the Crow, not the one from the movies. That would be interesting. And I'm like, you know, what is going on? And it didn't feel like Crow was responding. It didn't feel like Crow was saying, hey, I am Crow and I have this message for you. And I'm like talking to Loki, and Loki's like awful quiet, and I'm thinking, well, is this the Allfather doing something? Or, you know, it could be like the Morgana, and then I'm like, no, she and I have never really worked together. That was one of Loki's tricks, actually. He's so terrible. And, yeah, he's terrible. And, I'm baffled at this point, because I'm like, okay, these usually mean change and letting go of the past and blah, blah, blah. And I've been doing all that. And like, here's the 4th one. So is it just like, here, I know you like feathers, have a feather. The universe is sending me crow feathers now, like in abundance. Like, by the time fall hits, I'll be able to like make my own crow. You guys will see a really weird craft project. Or is this like, I'm not getting the actual message? I'm trying to think of, maybe I'm missing a message because I'm going by all the traditional messages we've seen, and this is something else. And it has nothing to do with death or anything else. I work with enough death spirits, death gods. I would be like, well, I would know that. I would like see that coming a mile away, and I would understand and I would appreciate them like telling me ahead of time. But they would tell me themselves to my face. They wouldn't like just like, you're going to die, have a feather. You're going to die, have a feather. They wouldn't do it like that. They wouldn't be mysterious because part of their job is to get you ready in a set amount of time. So I know it's not like you're going to drop over dead. And it's not, I'm wondering now if it's Loki or it's like a calling card or something. It's not Crow. I already tried to get in contact with Crow, so it's not Crow. And we know it's not the Morganan. And I know I like slaughter her name. When I start speaking anything remotely Irish, for some reason my tongue just goes bleh. And I'm wondering now who it is. I thought it was Loki's magician form, like the darker. And by dark, I don't mean bad dark. I just mean by darker, sort of chaos, sort of magical form communicating with me. But now I'm wondering what it is. So I have this mystery of the crow feathers. And if I keep finding them, maybe I'll just be like, well, maybe it's just a thing. Maybe I'm finally like not on medication and that's why I'm finally seeing them. But I wasn't on medication like solid my whole life. And it's just mysterious that in 40 plus years, this is the first time I'm like finding them and I'm like almost tripping over them. So I don't know. Thoughts, ideas. I'm like, I have no idea because I was even trying to think of Voodoo. I'm like, okay, who haven't I spoken to in a while that would appreciate crow feathers? And I even went and I was like talking to Baron and Legba and everything, and they're just like, and I have an idea that everybody's doing that to me because whatever is behind this, I can't find out until I figure it out myself. I hate it when they do that, but it seems to be like the modus operandi with me. Oh, we're not going to tell you until you figure it out yourself. Yeah, cheers. So if you guys have any idea, let me know below. I'm like, I thought everything from misidentifying feathers as crow feathers to this is just something, once in a lifetime. The logical mind came in and tried to ruin everything. But now it's like, no, this is way too strong. This is someone that they keep upping the ante. They keep showing me all these feathers. And the strange thing is, Loki has been with me every time I found one. And I've been like, and I even asked him, he's like, and he can do that. He could actually be behind it and not telling me and just... At first, I thought it was him, and I can't remember if I told you if he took credit for the first feather or he didn't. I know he likes to use the crows with me, and it's just, I don't know. It's like by the fourth feather, you're like, okay, what is it that you want? I'm paying attention, and I'm listening to you. What is it you want? And I don't know. Comment below because I've asked Loki and Loki's like being perfectly quiet at this moment, which is really bad because either I forgot something he told me earlier and he's miffed at me, or he figures you should already know the answer, which is also not good because I'll be like going, trying to figure it out. Okay, so if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, by the way, I am having a Coke Zero with Michael Myers, maybe. I don't know. I just wanted to switch out to something that was, you know, not so calorie laden. I like carbonated drinks. I like the caffeine. They kind of keep the migraines at bay. It's an expensive way to do it, but then it's like, to me, it's better than like going out and like getting on another medication. Diet pop isn't the best for you, maybe, but I'm 41. I'm still alive, so yeah, that's a great way to look at things. But yeah, if you guys know, or you think you know, or you're getting a vibe, just let me know below, because I'm totally at a loss, and I'll show that to you again. I'm just, because the feathers keep getting prettier too. It's like, okay, you didn't notice enough with the first couple. And then I was thinking, oh my god, what if some of these are raven feathers? I've never seen a raven in the area, but I'm like, what if I'm like mixing up raven feathers and crow feathers? Oh my god. I'm like, great, Odin's gonna be thrilled with me. But yeah, guys, if you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know below, and you know, I'll respond to them as I find them. I'm like completely, it's a mystery at this point. I meant to make you this video today, and I just couldn't think of anything this morning, and then I had those feathers. I could not figure anything out, and I like meant to make something on the Allfather and the real tree and the runes, and it's like, no, this is just driving me nuts. So I apologize if this is a video you got, but this is driving me crazy. And I know it's probably one of the Norse gods, because they tend to kind of be a little kind of territorial. I mean, I have others around here, but I don't think it's like someone from the outside coming in. I think it's like someone I have around here, but I don't think I'm getting the right message from the right god, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.